Are you finding it hard to let go? Sometimes clearing the heart is harder than clearing a house. Here's Cabot Ray and the founder and CEO of DownSize LLC, Kathy Chiero.
We've looked at different aspects of downsizing here, but probably by far the toughest one for the homeowner is the emotional part of downsizing, of leaving this home that has meant so much to you. How hard is it to make that move?
Well, the first thing, Cabot, is it's hard to admit it.
Yeah.
Homeowners come to us all. It's easy to say, I need to sell my home. It's easy to say, I have some legal affairs I need to get in order. But attachment to your home is hard for some people to admit, and some people won't admit it. They have a transference of sorts where they will say, well, I need to stay here in case my kids come back after college, or I need to.
Yes.
So, but the real factor is it is hard to leave a home that has meant so much to your family.
Yeah, very much so. In what form, again, does this emotional attachment take? You've had experience with this. What are the forms?
It's tough. And I will tell you, in my own home, when I left the home that I raised my children in, the night before closing, we had a goodbye to the house walk through, and it was vacant. And my daughter was in college, so we FaceTimed her. But my two strapping 6'2" sons were there. And all of us were crying at the end.
Yep.
Every room had a story. Every part of the home had a memory. And I don't know if it's unique to Americans, but I know that it is absolutely part of the American culture that our home is not just a roof over our head. I like to call it a memory box. It is where when you raise your children and you have holidays and people are born and died and all of that, there's a lot of emotional attachment that goes to that house. And so the feeling is that if I leave this home, I am somehow leaving that part of my life. And that's very difficult for people to do. In fact, some never do it. And one of the reasons we focus on that in DownSize Columbus is to tell you that it is normal, it is difficult, but there is a way out, that you can leave that home and there is life and memories to be made. You
know, that attachment, our youngest daughter did the same thing, stood in our kitchen in our Westerville home and just started crying one night, even though she was mid-20s, you know, by then, because of the memories. And likewise with the furniture, we had this green sectional couch, and so many people that were so important had sat in that couch.
Absolutely.
And a number of them had died. My best friend, my parents, my brother. And so it is, you know, again, it's another piece of it, because that's not going to go with us to the new place.
No.
That couch was gone. So that is something that you kind of have to help walk people through a little bit, right? You have to be a little bit of a counselor in that role.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not degreed. I should be. I feel like I have, but it is letting people know that green couch at a garage sale will fetch $5 from a college student.
That's right.
To put on their porch.
I think it was in the dumpster actually when we left.
But to you, there is the attachment to those memories. Well, multiply that by every room in your house, where every room in your house has that. And so we recognize at DownSize Columbus that that's a difficult transition, that it is a letting go of sorts. And I would say an added component to that, Cabot, is we live in a generation and a culture where our kids don't want our stuff. One of the things we find is that our client base knows how much all that stuff cost. And they bought furniture back when furniture was heirloom quality, and they paid a lot of money for it with the intention that my children are going to want this stuff. And the kids are now buying IKEA and Pottery Barn and say, Mom, it's wonderful, but no, we have no space for it. So part of that letting go is economical. It is some sort of a crime to this generation that a perfectly good, Keenan sofa or a perfectly good heirloom dining table is going to auction for nothing. So what we try to do is to walk you through the process, give you great resources where you can at least get some money or someone who values it like you did.
Well, that leads to this question. How can I move forward then as I make these decisions?
The first thing you do, Cabot, is recognize that you can't take it with you, literally or figuratively. None of this stuff is going to, much of it will not fit where you're going. So it is a prioritizing. It is deciding what are the things that I really want to take with me, as crazy as it might be, even if it's the green couch. What are the things that I want to take with me? What do my children really want? And ask them and give them a deadline.
Yes.
You're going to pick it up.
Still sitting in the garage, a few of those pieces.
Absolutely. It's going to be gone by Christmas or else. Give a deadline. what can I truly make money on? And we have resources, auctioneers and places who will buy the things from you. And then what simply needs to be given away? We have, at DownSize Columbus, we have tax deduction nonprofits who will take your stuff and give it to people who can use it. And so what we try to do is first give you options to get rid of it, but at the end of the day, you have to make the choices to get rid of your stuff and put yourself in a position to be able then move forward, recognizing that some of those decisions will be painful, some you may need help with, and we even have as a part of DownSize Columbus a transitions coach, someone who will meet with you and help you through this process that helps you recognize and teach you how to let go of some of these emotional attachments so you can move on to this last great phase of your life.
Right, because you're always looking backwards. You spend so much time looking backward, but what do I look forward to?
Absolutely.
What can I look forward to?
There are still memories to be made. Yeah. In fact, our downsizers who have made the transition successfully, they come back and say, you know what, it is great. It is great to let go of stuff. It is great to live more simply. We are making great memories without all the baggage that we had keeping us from moving forward in the big house.
Are you preparing to downsize? Visit our website at www.downsizecolumbus.com or call 614-944-5999 to register for our next seminar. That's downsizecolumbus.com.